speaking of predators, so that's a quick tranny. Oh wait, that was the wrong abbreviation to use there. I'm sorry. So quick transition. There was not news, but like a YouTube video that I've seen a lot of people reacting to lately, and it stirred up a bunch of questions and also kind of enraged me, but it was quite amusing. So on the topic of predators, it was talking about R. Kelly. Now, R. Kelly, if anyone has seen that he had the docuseries Surviving R. Kelly come out like during quarantine or whatever, well, basically it just explains what a huge predator he is, you know, picking up high school girls.
Yeah. The extent of my knowledge about R. Kelly is he has that In the Closet song and he peed on an underage girl.
Oh man,
is it accurate?
I mean, I think those things happened, but more egregiously, he literally would like get these girls, convince them to come over and hang out with him all the time. You know how it is being like rich and, you know, being a rapper. All these high school girls are like, ooh, and they want to come hang out with you. He's like, yeah, we can record something. Maybe I can make you famous. Stuff like that. There's a lot of attractive,
I'll make you famous, baby.
There's a lot of attractive things that he can offer somebody that a normal person can.
Yeah.
And so he'll get these girls, come back to the house. He'll brainwash them. He'll give them like a set of rules they have to follow. And basically, like, you know, he'll lock them in rooms when they misbehave, and he'll punish them, and they won't go home for a while. They won't see their families. He'll cut them off their families. He'll make them tell their families to leave them alone. He basically makes like his own little sex trafficking ring in his house for him.
That's wild. Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. There's a whole lot going on. So I feel like he definitely got convicted. I think at this point, I think he's going to jail. But I think on the low end of the spectrum, we can call him a predator. Like there's a lot of things, like I think on the low end, it's safe to say he's definitely a predator. Now, this YouTube video is this guy, I think his name is Glendon Cameron. And he's a YouTuber that has actually like a pretty decent following, like 100,000 subscribers on a finance account, 40K on some other account. He's got probably like between all of he has several YouTube channels I've seen.
Oh wow.
Between all of them, he probably had like almost 200, maybe 150K subscribers. So like he's doing his thing.
Wow.
But he put this video out basically saying that he doesn't think R. Kelly's a predator. And so naturally, that's a pretty hot take to make, considering the information that I gave you that, you know, if you did watch that series, you're well aware that that was the low end of the spectrum, we can safe to say. So what are his arguments? What is the makeup of this video that everyone's reacting to? Well, he starts off the video with weird cliffhangers to make you know, I don't know. Part of me thinks marketing strategy, but like, why would you want people to think you're a predator? Because basically the way he goes about saying he's not a predator is just describing things that he's done and saying that he's not a predator. But like, if it walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Like, what do you mean? And the things that he describes,
so he was just calling himself out as a predator,
he just exposes himself.
Yeah, okay.
And so like, you know, like he'll talk about, and the other thing too is, if these things that he says are true, he's a predator. But honestly, it's hard to believe because he sounds like he's full of shit, to be honest. So,
okay, so what's he saying?
So his first reason why R. Kelly's not a predator is because, like I said, these don't really make any sense. But he basically talks about a story about how he hooked up with a girl that was 17. And he says that
sounds like a predator.
He says that he posted Facebook ads, and these girls...
That sounds like a predator.
Or Craigslist ads, whatever. And he would get high school girls messaging him all the time. Likely story. Anyways, and so he said he met this girl. She was 17, but she told him she was 21. And he checked her out on Facebook and noticed that she didn't hang out with her family very much. So I'm like, why are you looking for vulnerable people? That's weird.
Okay.
And he said the only reason he thought, like, this is the red flag that should have let me know that she was young, her boobs were too perky. That's basically what he says.
Well, 21-year-old boobs are still perky. But I don't know where this is going.
But that's the thing. you get that example and you're sitting there wondering, that doesn't really add to this argument that R. Kelly's not a predator. If anything, that just makes you look like a predator and is also like a weird humble brag of predatory behavior.
Yeah, he's just talking about perky boobies.
Yeah, and he talks about how he's like, oh, yeah. Once I sat her down and we talked about it, and she's like, hey, I am 17, but I'm turning 18. I just continued to like have sex with her for like the next 5 years continuously. Like, it's just like a shitty humble brag. Like one of your boys at school was trying to talk about how he killed it last weekend, but he's lying. But why would you?
I still don't know how this is related to R. Kelly.
And that's what I'm saying. He just exposes himself, and then he's basically comparing his appetite, as he calls it, for young women to R. Kelly's, and basically saying the difference between him and R. Kelly is that he has safeguards, and R. Kelly pissed somebody off.
No, he pissed on somebody.
That's such an easy one, but I love it.
Like, he's done a little bit more.
Now, I think the original video is down, but you can find people reacting. But one of the people I'm going to steal their joke because I'll shout about Playback. It's a pretty big channel. They do a lot of reactions. Anyways, I was watching their reaction, and one of the things the guy said killed me. He's like bragging about having safeguards, It's like, clearly those safeguards didn't fucking work because you fucked a 17-year-old. You can't call them safeguards if you did it after the fact, like you found out after.
I mean, that's a good point.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I was just dying. I was like, this is ridiculous. But it gets even more graphic. Like, the next part that he goes on to describe, once again, doesn't add to the argument that R. Kelly's not a predator, even in the littlest bit. It's just a weird humble brag about something that I promise you did not fucking happen. He goes on to talk about how on another Craigslist app, a mother messaged him. His mother was like, "Are you a big black bull?" And he's like, "Yeah, baby." And so he goes over to her crib, and she basically talks about how, I'm not even gonna get into those details, but she just like starts getting on like sexual with him, and he's like, "Yeah." And he whipped it out and he took her on the couch. But it gets better. Her daughters were there and they just watched. Fucking no for 500? Like what? Like
they totally did the sex with me.
And so after he finished the mom grabbed her daughters and pulled them over, and then they got involved in it, and he basically hit all three of them at the same time.
I'm frustrated.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, you did not fucking do that. Because that opens up a bigger conversation. First off, the porn industry, we all know it's fucked, but that's a porn scene. That's you watched some shitty porno and you stole the storyline. And it wasn't even like one of the believable storylines that like could somewhat make sense. It was an entire genre that is a complete joke to me. This idea that women, normal women, are okay with insexual acts with their daughters. No, that doesn't fucking happen. Moms and daughters don't have sex together. If this was real and their mom...
What do you mean, bro? Hold on, wait. What?
Stop.
What do you mean, bro? Bro, wait.
If a girl walked in on her mom,
what about brothers and sisters?
Stop.
Don't take that one from me.
If the girl walked in on her mom having sex, it would be like, ew, what the fuck, mom? Like, it would be so gross. But we're led to believe that this is something that happens on a normal basis, that the girl's like, oh yeah, and then she's just like into it. No fucking way.
Porn's a weird thing,
especially when the daughters that he describes are like 16 and 17.
Oh, like, they're also 16 and 17.
Yeah. And so
he's got to stop getting in those situations.
Yeah, don't worry. He's clear to let you know what the legal age of consent is in that state. And that's a whole nother topic. Legal age of consent doesn't mean it's okay. Straight up.
So this is what I gather. He's a scumbag. And he's just talking about another scumbag.
With some humble flex.
Yeah, it's just like a
brag.
Bro looking out for his other bro.
Trying to like let you know what it's like and like how he is.
Yeah. That wasn't date rape, babe. He was just giving you an Advil, man. Don't worry. That's my bro Kyle. He would never do that to you.
It's just so tough to like listen to him talk. And like on one side, you're triggered enough that you keep watching. Like I watched the whole video and I've watched several people react to it because it's pretty funny. But like,
I want to start making those videos. I have all the gear. I have
where you expose yourself for being a predator or reacting videos? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, the exposure videos, you know. No, reaction videos, because they're also dumb. And I want to do it because they're dumb.
Honestly, I feel like every day I'm watching like TV with my lady, it's literally just us. Like, it's a reaction video, just no one's filming it. Like, cause like we'll pause the video every 5 seconds and just go in on whatever it is we're talking about. And like even this video, for example, we went in so many times because it's not only I'm getting heated, but she also gets heated. And obviously this idea of being a predator is definitely a more sensitive subject for a woman. So when we were watching this video, she was getting pissed, like so pissed.
Man,
it's so...
We're already backed up for spinoffs. But it'd be pretty easy to just sit down in front of a couch and just film us watching just stupid shit.
Hey, I'm already down for that anytime. But it just, the whole thing was just so absurd that this guy was trying to make this argument. And like I said, you're sitting here confused because you're saying to me, what does that have to do with R. Kelly? Fucking nothing.
Yeah,
he stopped talking about R. Kelly like after that last comment about we both have an appetite for young girls. But like he's so graphic in this humble flex that literally the last half of the video, like I said, you're sitting there like, that didn't fucking happen. You're making this up. Who does that? Like, and now you can't even, like, I can't even find videos of him that aren't talking about him being a predator. So like, you were like on one video he's saying he did it for views as an experiment, but like what?
It's for science, bro. It's for science.
Yeah.
Come on.
And apparently it didn't get like that many views. So he's like, you exposed yourself for what? The only views that are happening because the video's down now is people reacting to you being a creep.
Well, okay.
I'm just like, I don't know. But yeah, so that was something that I raged over this week. It was a thing.
I always like it when you talk about the things you rage about because I just picture in my head just you just sitting there on the couch just scrolling on your phone, and then you'll get to like one article and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, and then you like rage click it as you save the article so you can read it later so that you get to talk about it. That's how I picture it happening every time.
I mean, it's not too far off.